Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Red Corner Show. I am Dr. Shamila Ramjawan, a global award-winning entrepreneur, published author, founder of the Princess D Menstrual Cup, the Olympus International Awards, and the Red Corner Show. Today on the Red Corner Show, we welcome Prof.Dr. Husnain Mukhdoom, an internationally acclaimed academic, diplomat, and global thought leader from Pakistan. A gold medalist and doctorate holder from Vision for Excellence International University in the United States. He is a Nobel Prize for Literature recipient whose work bridges education, human rights, and global leadership. Dr. Mukhdoom has addressed various platforms, including the House of Commons in the United Kingdom, and serves as a certified international human rights ambassador and advisor to the Gibraltar Kingdom. He holds senior leadership roles across multiple international organizations, including Executive Director of Famouszone International, Secretary General of International Diplomats, UAE, President of the African Universal Leadership Academy, and judge at the QS Reimagine Education Awards in the UK. A published author, researcher, educational consultant, Dr. Mukhdoom is widely recognized for his contributions to leadership, development, faculty advancement, and international collaboration. His work continues to inspire transformational change across continents. Welcome, Dr. Mukhdoom, to the Red Corner Show. Let's start by you sharing a little about yourself.
Yes. Thank you very much. I think you shared a very good introduction of me. So my journey began with a deep belief that education is the most powerful tool for transforming societies. I started academia not merely to teach, but to understand how knowledge can shape values, leadership, and justice. Very early, I realized that classrooms alone were not enough. Real impact required engaging with global systems, policies, and diplomacy. That realization passed me beyond borders into international forums, leadership platforms, and humanitarian spaces. Yeah.
Great. That is such an inspiring beginning, and you have such a big profile. It is clear that your journey was driven by purpose rather than position.
Yes.
So building on that foundation, you hold a doctorate from VEIU in the United States, and you are a gold medalist. What has academic excellence meant to you in shaping your global mission?
Yes, thank you very much. Academic excellence for me has never been about personal achievement alone. It has been about credibility, discipline, and responsibility. Earning my doctorate and receiving a gold medal reinforced the importance of rigor, ethics, and lifelong learning. In global spaces, especially when addressing policy, human rights, or leadership development, knowledge must be both deep and defensible. Academic excellence gives me the authority to speak, but more importantly, it gives me the responsibility to speak truthfully and wisely. It has shaped my mission by reminding me the leadership with scholarship is fragile, and scholarship without service is incomplete. I see education as a moral obligation, one that equips us to solve real world problems that with integrity and compassion.
That's great. Your commitment to academic excellence truly reflects discipline, sacrifice, and vision. And I can see that coming through as you talk with passion. That dedication clearly extends beyond the classroom. Thank you for that, Doctor. You are a Nobel Prize for Literature recipient. How has literature empowered your voice in global leadership and human rights advocacy?
Yes, thank you for asking me and reminding me about these achievements. So it gives voice to unheard, and the Prize for Literature was not just an honor. It was a responsibility to use words as instruments of justice and empathy. Literature allows me to address complex human rights issues in ways that policies and statistics cannot. Through storytelling, poetry, and narrative, I can humanize suffering, challenge injustice, and inspire hope. In global leadership, facts inform minds, but stories move hearts. And real change happens when both are engaged. Literature has empowered me to cross cultural, political, and ideological boundaries, creating dialogue where silence once existed. It remains one of my most powerful tools for advocacy and transformation.
That perspective is profound. It shows how literature can shape conscience, leadership,
Yeah.
and global responsibility. And that voice has clearly reached some of the world's most influential platforms. As a keynote speaker at the House of Commons in the United Kingdom, what message did you feel was most important for the world so far?
Yes, thank you. At the House of Commons, my central message was that leadership must return to its moral foundation. Power without ethics leads to division, and progress without humanity leads to injustice. I emphasized that global challenges, whether inequality, conflict, or climate change, can be solved through economics or politics alone. They require ethical leadership, emotional intelligence, and cross cultural understanding. I also stressed the importance of inclusive dialogue, especially involving youth, educators, and marginalized voices. The world does not need more powerful leaders, it needs more responsible ones. That message resonated because it speaks to a universal truth: sustainable progress begins with values.
Such a powerful message, Doctor, especially
Yeah.
coming from such a historic global forum. So, your influence extends beyond speeches into direct advocacy. You serve as a certified international human rights ambassador. What are the most urgent human rights challenges you are addressing today?
Thank you. Today, the most urgent human rights challenge include access to quality education, mental health equity, freedom of expression, and the protection of vulnerable populations. I am particularly concerned about the silent crisis, psychological trauma, systemic discrimination, and the erosion of dignity through poverty and conflict. Another major issue is the politicization of human rights, where principles are selectively applied. My work focuses on advocacy, capacity building, and policy dialogue, ensuring that human rights are treated as universal, not optional. True human rights work must move beyond statements and into sustainable action that empowers communities and strengthens institutions.
Thank you for addressing these issues. And these are global issues, and you do it with such clarity and courage. And we really appreciate that. That advocacy is also reflected in your advisory roles. As an advisor to the Gibraltar Kingdom, how do you use your expertise to influence international policy and leadership development?
Yeah, thank you. In my advisory role, I focus on strategic foresight, ethical governance, and leadership development. My contribution lies in bridging academic insight with practical policy solutions. I advise on frameworks that prioritize human development, education reform, and diplomatic engagement. Leadership development is central because policies are only as effective as the leaders who implement them. I emphasize emotional intelligence, cross cultural competence, and ethical decision making. By aligning policy with values, we create systems that are not only efficient but humane. My role is to help shape leadership that thinks globally while acting responsibly.
Thank you, Doctor. That is so impressive how you translate knowledge into policy and leadership strategy.
Yeah.
And I can see why you're such a global leader. So you lead and serve in multiple global organizations, including Famouszone International Diplomats, UAE, and the African Universal Leadership Academy. How do you balance all these roles while maintaining impact?
Yes, balance comes from clarity of purpose. I do not see these roles as separate. They are interconnected parts of one mission. Each organization addresses a different dimension of leadership, diplomacy, or education, but all are aligned with the same values. I prioritize impact over activity, delegation over control, and collaboration over hierarchy. Strong teams and shared vision make balance possible. Most importantly, I remain grounded by constant reflection, asking whether my work is creating meaningful change. When purpose is clear, balance becomes a discipline rather than a struggle.
Remaining grounded, I think we all would love to do that, and have a balanced lifestyle. So your level of balance and responsibility requires exceptional leadership, and I can see the leader that you are. Your leadership also shapes the future of education worldwide. And I hope that to the audience that you are being inspired by this conversation today. Doctor, as a judge at the QS Reimagine Education Awards in the United Kingdom, what innovations in education most excite you right now?
Yeah, thanks again. What excites me most is the shift towards human centered education. Innovations that integrate technology with emotional intelligence, ethics, and real world problem solving are truly transformative. I am particularly inspired by models that personalize learning, promote mental well being, and prepare students for leadership, not just employment. Education must evolve from information delivery to character development. Institutions that prioritize inclusivity, adaptability, and lifelong learning are shaping the future. Innovation is not about gadgets, it is about relevance, empathy, and impact.
Relevance and impact. I love that.
Yeah.
Their insight shows a deep understanding of where education must evolve. And innovation in education also demands strong human centered leadership.
Yeah.
Now, your work as a global psychological trainer and faculty development specialist has influenced educators worldwide. Why is emotional intelligence so critical in modern leadership? And I know you've mentioned emotional intelligence quite a few times
Yeah.
today. So, can you take me through that?
Yes, it is most important. I think emotional intelligence is the foundation of effective leadership in a complex world. Leaders today face diverse teams, global crisis, and rapid change. Without self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation, technical skills alone are insufficient. Emotional intelligence enables leaders to build trust, manage conflict, and inspire collaboration. It transforms authority into influence and power into service. In education, diplomacy, and governance, emotionally intelligent leaders create environments where people feel valued and motivated. Simply put, emotional intelligence turns leadership from command into connection.
It's a vital reminder that
Yeah,
leadership is as much about empathy as it's about intellect. And despite global recognition, you
exactly.
remain remarkably grounded. You have received international awards and recognition across continents. How do you remain grounded while operating at such a global level?
Thank you for asking and again an interesting question. I remain grounded by remembering why I started service, not status. Recognition is meaningful only if it amplifies impact. I stay connected to educators, students, and communities at the grassroots level. Reflection, humility, gratitude, essential practices for me. I also remind myself that leadership is temporary, but values are permanent. Grounded leaders listen more than they speak and serve more than they display. That mindset keeps me aligned with purpose rather than praise.
I think the audience is going to learn so much from you today, Doctor. Thank you for sharing that. Your humility is truly admirable and sets a powerful example. That grounding informs your vision for future generations. So, moving ahead, as president of the African Universal Leadership Academy, what is your vision for developing future leaders across Africa and around the world?
Oh, thank you very much. So I serve globally in different countries with different nations. My vision is to develop leaders who are ethically grounded, globally competent, and emotionally intelligent. Africa has immense potential, and the world needs leaders who understand both local realities and global responsibility. So at African Universal Leadership Academy, we focus on character, competence, and compassion. Leadership must be inclusive, innovative, and service driven. Our goal is to nurture leaders who do not merely seek power but purpose, leaders who uplift communities and contribute to global harmony.
That vision is both ambitious and deeply necessary for global progress, not
Yeah.
just in Africa, but beyond Africa. Finally, we look to the future. So, looking ahead, what legacy do you hope to leave for humanity through your work in education, diplomacy, and leadership?
Yes, thank you again for asking me a wonderful question. I hope my legacy is one of empowerment through education, dialogue through diplomacy, and compassion through leadership. I want to be remembered as someone who built bridges between cultures, disciplines, and people. If future generations are more ethical, emotionally intelligent, and globally conscious because of my work, that will be my greatest achievement. Legacy is not what we leave behind, it is what we build within others. This is the legacy I strive for every day.
You've expressed so much, and I'm sure there's going to be so many little nuggets that one can take away from this. And that is a legacy that will resonate far beyond titles or awards. Dr. Husnain Mukhdoom, is there
Yeah.
anything that you want to add to this? You've been such an inspiration on the Red Corner Show today.
Yes, I really appreciate. I am really thankful to you for organizing such a story to be shared with the audience. I am so happy. I will also share this idea with my other colleagues, with other fellows, so that they can also share their stories with you. So you are doing a great work. I just visited your social media pages. You are doing an amazing work. I am so happy to have you with me, and I expect that we can collaborate, we can work together, we can serve the humanity together, we can serve globally, we can join hands to work on different things. So I am again thankful to you.
I truly appreciate those kind words. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your wisdom, insight, and global perspective with us today. Your work in education, leadership, and human rights continues to inspire positive change across borders. And we are truly grateful to have you on the Red Corner Show. To our audience, thank you for watching and for being part of this powerful conversation. If you have a story, expertise, or journey that you would like to share, I would love to interview you on the Red Corner Show. Please email redcornershow@gmail.com and you could be chatting to me as well. Until next time, keep leading with purpose and impact. And thank you, Doctor. Thank you for sharing. And
Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again.
it was
Thank you.
great
Bye.
touching base with you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.